there's over 600k in there, so I want you to call.
You cannot say anything that influences the action of the hand. Saying what's in the pot, you cannot say that.
She keeps saying to me
You
that she's got the
cannot
best
say.
hand.
You cannot say what's in the pot. Anything that influences the action, you
All
cannot
these,
say.
like, he's like doing, you're like breaking all these rules, and they're not giving you a penalty. They're not doing anything.
The
for it.
decision's on you, young lady, and you don't need to go on about it.
I'm just.
World Series officials on scene to keep it within bounds.
I want you to call. I told you. Good luck to you. But I did say I'll keep it friendly because it's you and it's a friendly table. If you fold and show, I will show. I'll keep it friendly.
No way.
But I want you to call 100%. Don't want to bust out with the whole camera crew watching there. This will be embarrassing. You don't put me on this hand, I tell you. I can't say what I've got, but you do not put me on this hand. I'm not talking about my hand.
How come his hand is still live when he?
I'm just saying you don't put me on this hand. That's all I said.
Action's on you.
Yeah, I know, but
Action's on you.
Isn't the rule talk to influence action? You can't
We're gonna
talk
have
to
a-
influence action.
he has. He's telling me he wants me
I
to
will be
call.
having a discussion with this gentleman after this hand is over. At
That's
this
fine.
point, there's nothing that's out of line, but we will be having a talk.
That's fine. All I said was I'll keep it friendly. If she
So let's
folded
just-
show, I will show.
until
I'll
this
keep it
hand's
friendly.
over.
That's what it's a friendly table. We're just
I'm gonna be friendly
enjoying
now.
ourselves.
Let's stop talking until
Okay.
this hand's over.
That's fine.
That's friendly.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to bust me?
I'm not trying to bust you.
Sir, I'm not going to ask you again.
Okay.
Just 2 hands ago, these two had a similar showdown. Kassouf check-shoved on the turn with a straight flush, talked up a storm, and Madison correctly folded a pair of aces.
That's a big gun.
I said I'll show. I'll keep it friendly.
You're going to show me a worse hand. What does that mean?
I'm not, but
This is your last warning. You're going to get a penalty. if
She
you speak
could
again.
talk to me. I said nothing.
She's not talking to you
She
personally. She's
just talked
talking
to
out
me.
loud, okay? You will receive a penalty if another word comes out of your mouth until this hand is finished.
Will's talk is fine until they tell him it's not. Now LaFleur says he cannot talk.
Tournament director Jack Effel right on Kassouf's shoulder.
Well, now he's talking without speaking. He's pushing it.
I'm going to handle this one.
Thank you, sir.
I need a lot of time here to make a decision. I'm sorry.
Will has put Stacy all in. Stacy has the best hand.
Hey, Floor, how about a clock? We all have to
Stablemate Mitch Garsofsky has called the clock on Stacy.
If you have an active, you will get a 10-second countdown. At the count of 0, your
a long
hand
time
will be
already. I
dead.
mean, you know, it's a big decision.
All right, slow down.
Usually I'm in favor of calling the clock, but she has been under siege most of the time from Will Kassouf. I would have given her a little more room.
The floor person does have the authority to deny a clock request.
I'm going to ask you real quick the
I
next
didn't
time.
say what.
If you make one more gesture like that,
Okay. I'm just trying to be friendly with the lady.
this is not friendly. Okay? I
was
don't
told
want
I
to.
can't
I don't want to see.
say
You,
another
I don't want
word.
to see you move. You and I are going to have a conversation when this
I'll
hand is
apologize.
over.
Okay.
Okay?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She
You want to
folds.
see it?
Yeah, I want to.
Sick bluff. Turn the double gutter and missed. Never mind. 9 high like a boss. No heart. Big heart of a lion.
9
So
high.
I think
Like
we heard a 5-bet in a call.
Okay.
Easy,
Racks.
easy. Dennis not
This
beat
is
him.
insane. A
Nine-
day 7 5-bet.
Look at the pot. 19.7 million.
Carl
Queens
is
against
not.
ace.
Even Jason.
Suited.
You know, Jason. Now they're my hometown boys.
I mentioned that Uribe is
Jack
electrifying. He was part of the 5-6 bet business with Lococo on day 5.
Blocker. Just assuming that it's less likely that Kim can have the very top of his range like aces, or I guess ace-king. Cutting out a bunch of chips.
I'm going to continue this.
Each player with about 1 SPR despite being super deep to start the hand.
Brian Kim started today in 2nd place. Rebay started in 4th place, both over 30 million. Elbow to elbow and clashing here early on day 7 in a massive pot.
Uribe kind of doing the opposite of what Zhang did, which was pile up chips and then add more chips, add more chips. He cut out a huge bet and then kept taking off chips. And Ribe just knows.
Where are you from?
That he's trying to get Kim to fold a massive hand right
And
now.
I'm authorized to answer? Yes, so I'm authorized, right?
We don't have to talk.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk?
Because you're asking, what do you want to know? You
Where
want
you
to know my
from?
cards?
Yeah, I don't know you.
Like, I want to know what your
I
cards
was
are.
too busy sleeping. I didn't get to have a research on you.
I think I didn't sleep very well, so I'm doing nothing. I'm playing bad.
Playing bad?
That's what he said.
Even kids?
Of course I am.
I would have authorized Ribe not to.
It's a lot of
answer
money to
anything.
take to the kids. It would be a shame to just give it all away at this stage of the tournament. Those kids could have a lot of fun with that money and go to a nice university. I mean, it's pretty nice weather today. Have some friends at the pool. You seem like a great guy. 60 million in chips would be nice as well. I think I could win either way, right? I either win the hand or give you all my chips and win-win situation, right? So what should I do? Should I flip a coin?
Ask yourself.
Do you want call? Do you want?
I think if I'm Ribe and I'm sitting there even with aces or kings, I'd be like, I'll just take this pot right now. We don't need to see two more cards.
Tough spot.
Kim just absolutely tortured right now, but I would have thought that this kind of thinking would be taking place before flatting pre-flop. If he indeed, we missed the very beginning of the hand. If he was the pre-flop.
Very nice hand. Sorry it took so long.
Yeah, Ribe 5-bet.
Gives up the queens.
What do you think I am?
I don't know.
Is he B-wording?
Il y a la télé, c'est pareil.
Should we show?
If he shows the 5, Kim's going to
see?
puke.
I want to see. Yeah.
Well, sorry. So, no, let me. You want to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay, pay.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Maybe you can pay a subscription on PokerGo and you will see the end.
Wow, ambassador.
Blinds are up to 1.2 million and 2.4 million with a 400K ante. Win with Jack 5 of diamonds. On Quee's third attempt at a satellite, he won his main event seat. His family urged him to sell the seat worth $10,000. Lucky for them, he did not. There's a raise to 6.7 million. Veo looks down at Queen 9 off.
Veo would be the 9th straight 20-something to win the main event. That streak started with Peter Eastgate in 2008.
Veo starting this hand with 1 million fewer chips than Qui win. He calls for 4.3 million more.
But you know, maybe 39 is the lucky number. Greg Raymer was 39 when he won in 04. Joe Hashem was 39 in 05. Jerry Yang was 39 in 07. Qui Win is 39.
Top pair for Veo. 2 clubs hit the board. Veo checks to the pre-flop razor.
Yeah, this is a familiar pattern. Veo has the best hand. Win's going to bet. Veo's going to check call.
Qui always obliges with a continuation bet. This one is worth 9.7 million.
And this is pretty much Gordon's game plan, heads up. Wait for hands, let Qui Win bet at it, and pick him off for a lot of chips at the end.
Veo with the best of it. Puts together calling chips, and they're in the pot now.
And you know, Gordon's game plan would look a whole lot better right now if Qui didn't hit the flush in the previous hand to win that huge pot.
Turn card, 10 of hearts. That keeps Veo ahead. But he's still letting Qui lead the way.
And Qui is still drawing to a pair. But his hand doesn't matter often. It's the amount of chips he puts into the pot that matters often.
Good point. He loves to move chips. And the chip leader wants to move another big stack of yellows. That is 27.7 million.
And when you're calling down a lot of hands like Gordon is, you need to be prepared to make mistakes, and you need to be prepared to pick off bluffs. I think Gordon's game, though, is built for that. You know, incredibly, at age 27, Gordon has been picking off bluffs almost half his life.
Veo. Wondering, is now a time for a check raise? Nope, just a call.
Of course, a check raise there probably ends the hand.
Underscore probably. You just never know with Qui Win. River card now is a 5. That pairs Qui Win, but he cannot win the hand into showdown. Veo checks a third time.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Qui hitting one of his draws, making a losing pair of 5s.
All in.
What? He said all in. You have to separate the two to find a clear answer here. And he does fold angrily. Qui Win. Gordon Veo is either frustrated that his style of play that he's chosen is not working, or he thinks the cards are conspiring against him. Either way, he's trailing.
And for Vampen, we do have a decision closing the action.
Is that Bradley Cooper on the rail, like on the back end of the bender?
Visions of the 4 of diamonds has to be going through Vampen's mind. I see it as well, Ali. Cooper on a bender. Look at this, by the way.
Upstairs we go as Vampen leans.
Of course, Rigby nowhere to go but fold. Toby, we would think, just goes for the call.
I quite like this from Vampen, by the way, because it's Rigby who he knows is going to be up to no good with some frequency, and then Lewis caught in the middle.
It's quite interesting, too. Vampen checked flop back in position. Now he's saying that he has 3 10s or queen 10. Of course, he could be claiming to have checked 5s or 6s on the flop, but it's not that likely. And for Toby to interfere with his main value hand in this line, it's interesting. Calls.
This one's going to be interesting if both holdings are unimproved on the river.
It's really swollen.
Heads up.
Just south of 2.3.
Oh, and a board pairing 5 of hearts on the river. Let's see whether or not Lewis is going to be concerned about the prospects of a boat. He's going to proceed with some caution in the form of a check, although check raise is obviously available to him, provided that Vampen indulges. 8 high, no showdown whatsoever.
Wow, he does shove, Ali.
Wow.
How much is that? I have a flush, you know that, right? King Jack of Hearts or something. It's the only fucking hand I beat. King Jack. Do you even call King Jack off? Probably not. King Jack suited. Why would you raise turn? You're not going to.
Now it's starting to feel like he's going to get away, Ali, as you were saying.
Well, the blender setting is liquefy.
It's weird when it makes so little sense. It sort of feels like they have it in a weird way.
It would just be an outrageous bluff. All right.
Oh, it does get through for Vampen.
And he shows it.
7-8, baby. Let's fucking go. Try to torch it, but
did try to torch it.
I'm a fucking monster. Let's do this.
The blinds at 2 and 400,000 with a 50K ante. Bonhoeffer with King 10 on the button raises to $1 million in the big blind. The youngest here, 22-year-old Andoni Larabe with 9-8 calls, 600,000 more.
And I believe you were looking at Larabe's entire wardrobe.
All right, we're heads up. The flop. 10, Jack 9. Larabe with bottom pair and an open ender. The upper half of that draw no good because Von Holf has a gut shot to a higher straight and middle pair. Larabe checks.
Both these guys live in London, as do Martin Jacobson and Felix Stevenson, so the 4 of them could carpool to their online poker games.
$1.4 million from Von Holf. And a call from Larabe.
During the 7 days of the main event, I believe this is the only thing I saw Larabe wear.
He was one of the chip leaders the whole time. You got to go with your good luck clothing. Turn card, King of Hearts. King's up now for Von Holf. Larabe does have outs to win and chop. And he's reaching for chips.
I like this. He's representing the queen on the turn here for a straight.
Straight draw is on the board. The Spaniard bets $3,350,000.
Van Hoof turned 2 pair, but if Larabe has the straight, Van Hoof is dead to a 4-outer.
So the younger Larabe testing the older, strapping 6'6" Dutch pro who does make the call here.
Newsflash, Van Hoof is smarter than I am. He doesn't believe Larabe.
All right, so with over 12 million in the middle, we will see a river card. 7 of clubs. Larabe gets there with a jack-high straight. And he checks it.
Boy, he hits his hand and checks it? Maybe Larabe fears Van Hoof has the queen. How does he check it? Wow.
Now Van Hoof with kings up, but a dangerous board.
All in.
Oh, and he puts Larabe all in.
Boy, I didn't expect that.
And Larabe gets rid of it.
Are you kidding me? We would need a team of analysts working 24/7 for 20 years to explain how Larabe played this hand.
A surprising fold. Van Hoof over 40 million. One overcard to Aaron's nines as he looks down at his chips. Prequel to usually putting them in the middle.
Klein might be feeling pretty good about those 4s as well, considering a lot of the times he might be putting Aaron's on some overcard type hands in order to raise pre-flop.
There's a check raise.
2.2.
And raising, trying to fold out what he's hoping is overcard equity, but really Aaron's with a strong enough hand, I think, to continue against this check raise.
Bill Klein looking cool as ever, but he does see Aaron's match his wager to build a pot to $6.5 million.
Stack to pot ratio at 1 right now.
Cool.
The pot size is bigger than everything they've got behind. Critical river card. Comes the 5 of diamonds.
All in.
All
wow.
in. And it's Aaron's with the shorter stack. A decision for his tournament life.
Oh, it looks like
cards in hand, and he folds, and Klein with the bluff shove.
He asked if he wants to see.
Chip action on Merson on the button. Queen Jack of hearts. And he limps in for 800,000. The small blind, Sylvia, 10 of spades, 9 of clubs. And Jesse, wow, what is this, a holiday truce of the raising wars? Just a call. Queen 10 for Balsiger in the big blind.
Well, we saw Greg Merson limping on the button. That used to be a sign of inexperience or weakness. Now it's a sign of creativity or mixing it up.
The big blind Balsiger says enough of this. 3.7 million is his raise.
Well, Balsiger with a little squeeze play here, sensing weakness.
Back to Merson now.
Looks like Greg has other ideas.
There's a call for 2.9 million more before Sylvia gets out of the way.
Balsiger's raise there would take down the pot pre-flop a lot of the time, not this time.
It's Greg Merson. It's a 10 million chip lead on Balsiger. Both with 2 overcards to the board. Merson's kicker has him ahead. Jake first to act. Both have gut shots to a queen high straight.
At Arizona State, Balsiger is majoring in political science with a minor in continuation betting science.
And he has learned a continuation bet of 4.5 million often will take the pot down. But not against Greg Merson, apparently.
Once again, I would have thought that bet would end this thing most of the time. Not this time.
There's a call from Greg. So, 17.5 million chips up for grabs. And we're just going to the turn card. 4 of hearts now. No help to Balsiger. Merson does pick up a flush draw.
Both these guys still without a hand.
Balsiger with guts, 7.5 million.
You're right, Lon. Balsiger's 21, and most of the time when he acts, the chip leader and the best player at the table is acting right behind him. This kid shows a lot of poker heart.
Balsiger started the hand with 70 million, Merson with 80 million.
Merson's not giving up on the pot. Of course, he doesn't know it, but he's a 93% favorite right now.
There's the call. 32.5 million chips in the middle.
Jake has to squirm a little bit now. He's got nothing.
River card, 6 of spades, no flush or straight for Merson, but his jack kicker makes him best. But can he believe that?
Well, Jake right now is thinking in for a dime, in for 30 or 40 times. He knows he can't win unless he bets at it again.
Wow, he's going to test Greg further. 13 million straight.
Well, I got to believe firing this third barrel is going to work.
Jesse Sylvia, a very interested observer, as is Phil Ivey.
Merson doesn't usually Hollywood it. I would have thought he would have folded here immediately.
Hold on. What was that?
Hold on.
Oh, my. Jake gave it the college try, but folds.
And Merson shows what he thinks is a bluff. Merson channels his inner Ivy with that one.
This Wu dominated. What do you think about Wu just popping it up here with the Jack-10 off, Maria?
I think Wu knows what he needs to do to get Chidwick off the best hand, and he's going to do it. Okay, well, no, not with that flop.
Not this time.
If it were maybe just a different board.
Have we seen Chidwick win a pot today? I mean, he's got 700,000. He was over $1 million for a while. But I don't recall him stacking chips as he will do in this hand.
Oh, it's not a
content human being, Stephen Chidwick.
I realize the climbing gym is just code word for factory. It's all starting to come clearer. Like, is it shaping up for Mr. Wu?
You haven't said anything about the Austrian factories for the German poker players. You're just going right to AI, huh?
Top 2 for Stevie. And Wu turning a pair. I mean, normally when you turn some showdown, you might want to check it, but I don't know if checking is in Wu's vocabulary. Okay, thank you. I don't want to see you lose more chips, Mr. Wu.
Stevie does, though.
Steve checked to Wu on the flop when the ace hit. Wu had let out pre-flop.
Like Rigby. Chidwick, a big stoic guy.
Yeah. Well, British. They're stoic just by birth. You don't have to, you know, take a pledge to be stoic if you're British.
It's all the fish and chips.
Could be the mushy peas.
I think it's the fish and chips one.
Well, I'm just saying, it could be, but
I think it's
you
unlikely.
seem to know. You seem to know. That's fine.
I work in percentages. You're going to put a bunch of mushy peas in the middle.
140? What is it?
Mr. Wu, you never know with this guy, Maria. Anything is possible.
Well, he certainly has caught a couple people bluffing. So maybe.
He does block a straight, blocks ace-jack.
500.
Oh.
What?
Whoa!
Mr. Wu!
Mr. Wu!
Turns up the Wu-Ju.
Whoa, whoa, guys, I cannot say I saw this coming.
What a moment for Stephen Chidwick, and he is going to give it up.
Mr.
Wu! Is Mr. Wu going to show it? Is he going to show?
No.
Of course not. Of course
Did your
not.
friends tell you what the
Of course
design
not.
had?
Mr. Wu never shows. You know that, Maria.
Wow.
I opened you 3-bet.
That was amazing.
He's acting like he doesn't even want to fold his hand. It's
Never
so good.
shows, but he does tilt it a little.
Flashed it.
Stevie, look at
It's a red card, Stevie.
Did Stevie see the red 10? Or the red
I know what
jack?
you had.
What a main event moment by Mr. Wu.
Ray Henson. Henson in the big blind with pocket sevens.
And Henson just makes the call.
He'll see a discounted flop. He could have popped it there, but he wants to keep his options open.
3 to the flop. The flop is 4-9-4. Henson's pocket sevens hold up. Spadia checks it with 2 live cards.
And so does Henson. It's tough playing in front of Kenny. And now Kenny hopes that those 2 guys check in as a signal just to take it down right here with a continuation bet.
500,000 with ace high from Kenny. And Spadia says no thanks.
Spadia obliges for Kenny.
And now Henson with the lead with those pocket sevens. And Henson makes the call.
Well, Kenny got 1 believer and 1 non-believer. That's not good enough.
Turn card is a 10, misses both. Henson's still good. 2 cash game specialists fighting it out in the richest tournament in the world. Henson checked it. And now Tran will make it 1 million.
Kenny fires another bluff.
And Henson doesn't waste too much time before making the call.
Henson still isn't a believer, and I got to believe he thinks he's got the best hand right now with those pocket sevens.
Kenny Tran sees a king hit the river. Henson's pocket sevens earn him the check mark, and he checks.
Well, Henson has check called every step of the way. Tran knows for sure he has no chance to win this pot unless he bluffs at it again, but it's really hard to fire out a 3rd bluff when you've been called twice already.
It is the only way Kenny Tran will win this hand, and now he does make it 2 million.
And the pot now 6 million.
First time in my life I've ever seen Kenny Tran look nervous.
Henson has the right scent again.
Should be such a sick call.
Henson has to wonder if Kenny would bluff this much.
Just know you're capable of making sick value bets.
So close to the huge money.
Kenny tries to give away nothing with his nothing hand.
If I call, you show me kings full. I fold, you show me ace jack. That's the sickest part about it.
Boy, Tran has screwed Henson into the ground. Henson has to screw himself out.
Henson folds the best hand.
And Kenny shows him the bluff.
I told you, I call you, show me the nut. I knew you had nothing. I even said it.
So Tran gets the best hand to fold and picks up almost 2 million chips from Henson, and Kenny continues to control the action. Jamie Gold's cause is a noble one, and he certainly is on the championship path right now. As action continues at our featured table, 7-handed here. Gold with King 10 of diamonds.
I raise.
Gonna raise it up. Jamie playing very aggressively as usual. Makes it 175,000 to go. Friedman with pocket sevens. Prahlad makes the call.
How much you playing?
2-5.
2-5.
It'll be the would-be TV producer versus the would-be rapper.
Pretty much a coin flip. Here we go to the flop. 4 deuce deuce keeps Prahlad Friedman in the lead with his pocket sevens.
300.
Gold will bet out 300,000 chips.
Jamie's coach, this main event has been Johnny Chan, and Chan must be telling him to keep pressuring the small stack. If Prahlad calls here, this is what he would want, heads up against Jamie Gold.
And Prahlad does put out the call. And these two will go to the turn. Turn card is an ace. Could be a scare card for both players. Gold to act first. He checks.
Jamie backs off.
Prahlad will check as well. So to the river we go. It's a 3 of clubs. Prahlad Friedman with the check mark. Also puts a straight draw on the board.
750.
750,000 chips from Jamie Gold with nothing.
Gold puts his river bluff cap on.
You got anything?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's got king high.
You gonna show me?
Sure.
He likes to show.
Have you shown any bluffs in the tournament when someone asked you that?
No.
Never?
He's lying, Prahlad. He works in Hollywood.
You hit the ace on the turn, didn't you? Ace queen or something?
I'll show you.
I heard a story about you making a nice bluff. You bet about 750, I think.
You caught me.
Huh?
Please call. You caught me.
Jamie does look uncomfortable.
You showed a king high that time.
You got a good read on me.
Really?
He does. That's incredible.
Prahlad has amazingly nailed exactly what Jamie Gold is up to.
But all of Jamie's talk is messing with Prahlad's mind.
Man, I can't believe you got me.
I can't believe she raised this stone-cold liar.
Need some time. Need some time.
Prahlad has the right instincts, but he's reluctant to follow through on it. It's for about 1/3 of his remaining chips.
I don't even want to watch.
Now Jamie walks away. He says he doesn't want to watch. He's got Prahlad Friedman totally befuddled.
Look, he's trying to hide. Isn't that another tell?
And Prahlad folds. And Jamie will show.
Nothing.
What a bluff.
And Prahlad Friedman can't believe he couldn't pull the trigger. Cannot help himself.
Awesome.
Rigby refers to the 3 deuce off as the dirty diaper.
You have 10-4 again?
And I don't think he's ever folded it pre-flop.
Does everybody in Pittsburgh have to pay him if he wins a hand here? Oh, man.
I don't think he
I'm
can
already
say that.
envisioning the moment when he wins the hand and holds it up, and then this place is going to go berserk.
Okay. Pretty sure you're not allowed
Well, I'm
to
with
say
Jamie, though. This is Ron Jensen, his first main event, and his first cash about to be completed here. Finishing, what will we be finished? Around 60th?
659, something like
that.
Great run.
Okay,
Great run.
Good game. GG.
What do we make this now? About 2 million?
Went to 920. Oh, he's got more than that.
Nah, 4 bets can be smaller. They're very polarized.
There's 2 million. 70, 80.
Yes, there's 2 and change, looks like.
Now, besides the fact that we know Rigby should insta-muck, he has not been at this table long enough to know that Jensen has played virtually no hands all day.
95. Yep.
He's been at this table long enough to know he has 3 high, though, right?
Yeah, that he does.
Dirty diaper. Being tested.
I'll take any.
This is
oh,
insane.
no. Oh, no. He's going to do it. What's his equity here? What is the...
We're going to see.
85. That's still, look at that, people.
Yeah.
Here we go. Kings against Trey
deuce.
Deuce.
Trey will be there.
Oh! That looked like a wheel at first.
I thought it did, too.
Oh, my God.
4 million
Still the same.
Except there's an ace out
But
there,
yeah.
and Jensen has to feel sick.
Oh, my gosh.
Check.
Opportunity
Oh my
all
God.
in. Can it do it again?
What do you do?
All in.
What do you do if you're Jensen here? This is absolutely disgusting. Oh, God.
Oh, he got through.
The pain.
And he showed.
Of course he showed. Oh.
What would it take him to sit out a hand, or should he not?
It would take an emergency bath and break line. That's what it would take.
Then he runs into the King 10. Do you know Justin well enough to think that he might want some revenge for that event that happened a few weeks ago in Super High Rollerball, even though he still won almost $2 million? Anything from this on out would be a big bluff.
Yeah,
Check,
Domo recognizes that when he opens from the small blind and gets a call out of Bonomo from the big, that this will hit a lot of Bonomo's continuing range. So
Now reaching.
What did he have? What did he have on the head?
That's $1 million. $1,130,000.
he also blocks
Mhm.
the straight himself, which is nice.
Justin cuts out a call. 3.5 million between the two top stacks, and a jack again on the end. Bonomo best with his 2-pair. He has surrendered after.
All in.
Oh, wow.
Yep, this guy right
wow.
here.
The ultimate pressure from Adamo. I don't know if Justin's ever one to be afraid to pull the trigger, but it's like guaranteed survival to fold, but
call.
Oh, wow.
What a call!
Wow.
Turn it over. The river bluff does not get by Justin Bonomo, and he is a key factor now against Michael Adamo. Almost identical stacks. Now to Scott Seaver, 29-year-old pro with 1 bracelet, king 10 of spades.
I love Scott, but he dresses every day like he's on summer vacation between 7th and 8th grade.
He's got $11 million in live earnings, a raise to $1.2 million from Scott Seaver.
Rick Solomon dresses like he doesn't give a damn.
German pro Christoph Vogelsang folds his button. Coleman in the small blind, jack 9 of diamonds.
Start there with 9.6.
Coleman looks more stylish in black than in white.
He folds his small blind to Tobias Rankemeyer with aces.
German-born, lives in London. His favorite city is Melbourne. And just before one drop, he visited San Diego and loved it. What's not to love?
Rankemeyer with the aces just calls. I guess he doesn't want to scare Seaver off.
Well, Seaver has a relatively short stack, so Tobias is going to slow play these aces.
All right, here's the flop. Heads up. 4 queen deuce. Rankemeyer's aces are not threatened.
These two have played a lot of super high rollers together.
Rankemeyer checks his aces. Seaver's king 10 must be playing in a different game because there's nothing there in this flop.
Seaver hopes a continuation bet ends matters. It will not.
You think this is a leak in a lot of pros, don't you? A continuation bet.
Sure.
It's a continuation loss. $1.5 million from Seaver with the C bet, as they say.
And this is setting up perfectly for Rankemeyer. He's got Seaver right where he wants him, Lon.
Well, Rankemeyer slow played the aces pre-flop. What does he want to do here? Well, just a call.
Uh-oh, Seaver's gone into DEFCON mode.
He does have that other side of him. Turn card now. Jack of clubs. Rankemeyer still best. Seaver now open-ended. And Tobias has to worry now about a 3rd club on board.
Will Rankemeyer continue to let Seaver stab at it?
Tobias checks again.
If I saw Scott sitting on a park bench like this, I'd figure his wife had left him or his dog had been run over by a car or he just ate some really bad bulgogi. We saw him continuation bet on the flop. Then when you keep betting on the turn, I call that C-bet squared. It can win you a lot of pots or it can get you in a lot of trouble. I never C-bet square.
I'm all in.
Wow, there's a playa.
How much is it?
All in for over $6.8 million.
Boy, Seaver dangling on a cliff. Rankemeyer has slow played his aces exquisitely. He's played like he's not strong. Now he's a bit unsure and in a dicey spot.
Scott Seaver applying maximum pressure, well, the maximum pressure he has, to Rankemeyer, who has the bigger stack.
Scott, I was trapping. Trapping.
This is for 2/3 of his remaining chips. If Tobias calls here and loses this hand, he'd be down to 5 big blinds.
Am I allowed to tell my hand over? The best.
Everyone knows your hand anyways.
You really? What is my hand?
It was either king, queen, or ace, queen. It's the only thing you would ever call.
You're wrong, man.
Oh, wow.
I'm better than them.
Ooh, that's a nice hand.
The best starting hand possible.
In poker?
In poker.
Nice. With the club?
With the club, I would have paid the bet already.
I understand. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
I know.
It's brutal though, right?
I know, it is brutal.
And on one drop too. Yeah.
I know, it's like not...
But you can't sweat it, you know? These things just happen.
I could still throw my hand away. No.
I would look at you a little like...
I know you
would.
would.
I would think less of you.
I know you would. I know.
To his credit, Scott seems very comfortable. He just looks and sounds so casual and confident. I might think he's holding a monster.
Clock.
There you see Daniel Negreanu calls the clock, as is his right.
Tobias has taken nearly 10 minutes with this decision.
Clock started at 9:50.
So now Tobias has 1 minute.
You announced it, right?
Rankemeyer running out of time. And he folds.
There's no chance that's aces. That would
Impossible.
Be no chance.
Show.
How can you do that?
Rankemeyer is stunned.
Nice hand.
What a risky move from Seaver. And I doubt he makes that move if he thinks Rankemeyer has aces.
Chris Moneymaker's going to do it anyway. Reaches for 100,000 chips with a king 7. Sam Farha with a queen 9 will call that bet.
When it's heads up, odd things happen.
Flop comes 9-2-6. Farha has made a pair of 9s. Chris Moneymaker has nothing and checks for Farha as well. The turn is an 8.
And now they both have a spade draw.
300,000 from Sam Farha,
who has the pair of 9s, and Moneymaker also has a straight draw and will raise.
There's a 300. No, I raise.
very adamant about his raise.
Indeed. Still stacking chips. It's a big raise.
5 more.
500,000 is the raise.
It's quite a play. It's sort of a semi-bluff. He still could get there on a straight draw or flush draw, but he has nothing right now, and Sam comes right on in.
We're going to see the river card.
You said it's going to be over soon.
It may well be, and is a 3 of hearts.
Moneymaker doesn't get to either draw, and the pair of 9s is best.
I'm all in.
Chris Moneymaker going all in with nothing.
A stunning play from Moneymaker, who missed his draws, has nothing, and now has put Sam Farha all in. He would have to put all his chips in, and if he lost this pot, he would be out of the tournament. Moneymaker bluffed at this once, and Farha came. He's now bluffing at it again.
You must have missed your flush, huh?
Sam's absolutely right.
This would be a tough, tough call for Sammy.
Is Chris bluffing this time?
No.
He ain't bluffed all night.
No.
It's quite a predicament for Sammy. He has a pair of 9s. It's the best hand, but he can't know that. And if he calls this bet and loses, we're playing for the World Championship. If he's wrong, he's out of it. He's the runner-up. So it's really tough just to sit here and call with a pair of 9s, particularly when Moneymaker has made 2 big bets in a row.
I'll make a crazy call on you. Could be the best hand.
Sam Farha trying to draw something out of Chris Moneymaker, but he's like a statue, afraid to make any sort of move.
Sam, you want to save yourself, you won't call.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, Sam.
Don't do it.
He is not going to do it. Chris Moneymaker bluffs Sam Farha out of a big stack of money.
And considering this situation, I know we're early in the century, but that's the bluff of the century. What a play from Chris Moneymaker.
Barrel limps in here with the Jack Deuce. It's 7-5 off for the Spaniard. Ten, 6, 3. All clubs. 8 of clubs on the turn. Deuce of clubs on the river. Flush for both.
So we've got a little theft from Galeana, and now Johan simply cannot call. If he wants to win, he's going to put in a raise and does just that.
And that's what he does. A small raise at that.
For everything just stated, I think it remains true. Where what clubs can Gilbert have? Would he really not have bet the flop if he had, call it Jack 9 with some sort of random club, right? Excuse me, I could fold now, or I could raise once more. This is very bizarre. It's a game of chicken between both players. Who will jump out of the way first?
And that game will continue right here, right now.
Oh my goodness, he does raise. Nobody has anything. I mean, is Johan really gonna see through this? The 3-bet on the river. Oh my gosh, I mean, I know he takes his time. This one is necessary though, because I believe he is genuinely considering something heroic. Oh,
reaching,
oh
announces
my gosh.
raise.
Are you kidding me? How does he find it?
Makes it 10 million.
This is unbelievable. Nobody believes. No, are you?
Galeana jams.
What? What is happening?
No way! No way!
Siete alto.
That's one of the best bluffs in World Series of Poker history.